Hey guys, it's Alan Cousins. Wanted to give you a briefing on something that we will be doing here to help you build your business. And let's see, what's the best way to explain this? Let's start with the problem. The problem here for a lot of new people when they start a business like this is that they don't really have anything of value to offer to prospects. When you're starting with a warm market, that's fine. There's a process there, and of course, we show you how to approach those people. And even my partner Eddie, of course, he'll do launch calls with you and everything like that. So, but beyond that, we have to start looking at what can people do if they're doing an hour a day, 2 hours a day, and they either don't have a marketing budget to buy leads or traffic, or they want to do both, buying traffic or leads and actively promoting their business. How do we make this as easy as possible for you? And what's funny is some of the purpose of why I'm doing what I'm about to explain to you here is actually covered in the content itself that I'm going to share with you. And that is that the newbie that doesn't have any accomplishment, that is not an expert, that can't reach out and offer people help they feel because they haven't themselves any authority or expertise developed because they're just starting. This is kind of the catch-22 of this profession, right? People join people who are leaders. People join people they want to work with because they feel that that person may bring them some value, may be able to help them build their business. Well, we've already got a situation where we have our team training resources site. I actually, in multiple businesses, I have different sites like this. But we already have our team resources site, which if you're a member of our team, these are your resources to offer to pay forward. So you already have quite a bit of value established. And one of the things I would be doing is if I were you, I'd be making my own videos about the value that's included in here. But when it comes to you going out and making contacts, when it comes to you promoting in a social networking sort of way, what you'll find is you have a certain number of ways to approach somebody. One is you just approach anybody and try to get a conversation going and qualify them. Or you can approach very specific niches of people. What I prefer to do is to contact other network marketers, other affiliate online marketing type of people, other self-improvement type of people, and just ask them about their business. Okay? And what I cover in this tutorial, which I'm going to send you to in a minute here, is it's the keys of how do you do that. I'm not going to go into all of that here. But the nutshell version of it is you have to just get communication going, find out what they need and want, and then give them something of value. Now, you may not realize that you have some things of value to share with them, but you do. And so this video that you're looking at here, what I did is I did a whole tutorial on how to get results with social networking. Now, you can find a similar tutorial on my channel that's all branded to me. Okay, in other words, it's got my contact info on it, and I go into showing my website and all of that. And I would suggest you take that as a lesson and start doing the same type of thing. The moment you learn something, the moment you have any results with anything, how I got my first 5 leads in network marketing, you start making content like this, anything that you think will help people. But the problem is with videos like this is they're all branded to me, and of course that doesn't help you too much, right? So what I'm going to start doing here is I'm going to be creating content that's not branded to me. Now, within this content, I do have to introduce myself, and I do have to convey to people kind of what I've done. Otherwise, why should they listen to me? Okay, so there's no way around that. But there's no links, there's no contact info on here. It's very heavily advising them to reach out to the person who sent them here. This is not a sales video for anything. This is literally just content, value-based content. And it doesn't matter what business they're in, if they're in Herbalife or Amway or Melaleuca or Jeunesse or, whatever it is, they can take this information, and if they apply it, they'll win with it. And the fact is that most of the people who want this information, out of those people, 99% of them will never apply it anyway. But a lot of them will watch it, and a lot of them will realize, oh, what I've been doing is completely wrong. And they will realize, oh, there's something to be learned here. And they'll have a connection through you because they get the data through you. So as I cover in this video, one of the things is when you find out what these people need and want, what they're having trouble with, guys, the easiest thing in the world to reach out to people who are in network marketing, ask them about their business. Have them tell you about their business. How's it going? Good. Well, what does that mean? Is your team growing? It is growing. Great. So how many people a month do you think you guys are adding to your team? Oh, sweet. Well, what are your successful actions? Ask them what they're doing. Find out about their business. They all want to talk to you about it. Then you don't run into this big resistance of trying to get in communication with people. It's not like you're going to get 100% of the people to respond. But if you find someone promoting a particular company and you reach out and ask them about it, they're going to talk to you. And then when you find out what are they doing to promote, you'll find out most of them aren't doing anything. Now you have to consider, well, would it be helpful to them at all to understand a few fundamental principles that will allow them to win by just going out on Facebook and contacting people so they know exactly what to do? Would that be helpful? And, of course, the answer is yes. And then, of course, you could say, well, there's this really great tutorial I recently saw on that topic, and it makes a lot of sense. And it's something that might help you, and you can share it with them. Okay. Now, there's a couple ways to share it. One, there's a direct video here. This video is on a channel that I call Network Marketing Mastery. Relatively new channel. You can see there's only 3 subscribers thus far. It's not branded to me. Matter of fact, there's nothing else on it at the moment other than this one video. Well, there will be more added over time. Or you can share it via a page within the Power Lead System sales funnel sharing system. If you're on our team now, you should know about this. If you don't, I don't know why in the world that would be. We cover that in stage 2 inside the team training resources. Here's a page that I've embedded this video in. You can see how this works. This tutorial is presented to you by, and then it has your info here and your image. And within the video, I just mention in passing. I don't go into a big sales pitch on. I just mention in passing. I mentioned the list building service that some of us are using because that's a tool you can use when contacting people on Facebook. Just give them value. They can start getting leads without spending any time. And if you introduce them to that, now you have a higher status in their mind. You've connected them to that. If you can help them win at anything, you see. So I mentioned in the video, right, reach out to the person who invited you to this video for information on that. But what I've done on this page is I've just put buttons. So this button, it says info on our 100 leads per day list building services here, and then info on our streaming TV services here. Because one of the things I do, again, in passing in the training tutorial, because almost everything I do is consultative. In other words, I do a tutorial, I mention some things that we use. I don't go on a big, long, ranting sales pitch for these things most of the time. So I mention in there, one of the ways that you can approach people is if you find out that they are actively promoting their business, what you find is there are a number of people who don't join them because they can't afford the startup costs. Some of these deals are $500, $600, $800. What do you do with those people? And I mentioned, one of the things that we do is we plug them into a way to save a whole bunch of money, $1,000, $1,200 a year in many cases. So now they're not only saving money, but you're making a little bit of money, and they're saving so they can get the money together for the kit, so they can start with your other business. And I just mentioned we have a streaming TV program that does that. So here I put a button to that. Now these are coded to you. So this button, there's a code on this page for the 100 leads per day. This one for the streaming TV, if you've set up your sales funnel within Power Lead System for the streaming TV service, you already have your code 3 saved with your link here. If you don't know what I'm talking about, guys, log into the team training and resources site and go to stage 2 and go through the info. For this one, this is new. This is the My Lead Gen Secret. So within, and before I show you that, this is the page. It's called Value-Based Content. That's how I will lead with the description on these pages. I've added this to the share code that you're already using. So you already have this page. Okay, but all you need to do is go, if you go to your Getting Started page, and you go into Companies You Promote, and you go here and you just hit M until you see My Lead Gen Secret. And if you're a My Lead Gen Secret member, which is only, it's $30 a month for 100 leads a day, you refer your first person through your affiliate link, you get 200 leads per day. I haven't even emailed out to that list in the last 3 or 4 days. I got to get on that. But there's one in here called My Lead Gen Secret, okay? Somewhere. Right there. You highlight that and you click here to save. I've already saved it, so it's not opening the same way. But here, what you want to do is put whatever link there is your affiliate link for My Lead Gen Secret, or if you have another page. I have my own video I made about it where I talk about it a little bit. If you guys aren't picking up on that, right? You've got your company page, your company video, and then you can make a video and say whatever you want as long as it's compliant. If you've been following what I'm doing at all and you haven't picked up on the fact that I always do that, like that's a huge hint. If I'm running paid traffic, the first thing people see is me. They get to know me. I tell them about myself. They hear my voice. I don't send traffic right to a company page ever. Now, I've duplicated a lot of those pages for you in these systems. But I mean, you want to start knocking it out of the park with the online stuff. You need to start taking some of these concepts that I'm laying out. So that's where you would save under your companies you promote. Under My Lead Gen Secret, you would save your My Lead Gen Secret affiliate link or whatever piece of content you want to use to enlighten people on My Lead Gen Secret. So then, when you're sending them this page, your contact info is all here. The button for the My Lead Gen Secret is here. The button to your relevant page within the same funnel to a sales page about the streaming TV services here. And guys, if you want to make a lead capture page that says you're about to discover the key to getting results with social, you could put at the top, attention network marketers, you are about to discover the key to getting results with social networking. Network Marketing Mastery Series Part 1. Enter your email here for this free 44-minute tutorial. Get the fundamentals of being successful with social networking, right? So, I mean, it's up to you to do this stuff. You can make a lead capture page that says whatever you want with this system. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give you the content so you don't have to be an expert and create all the content. So if you want to set it up as an offer to gather qualified leads, and a qualified lead in this case would be someone who wants to know how to get results with social networking to build their network marketing business. If you make the capture page offer that, then that's who you're going to get opting in. So you know when you send emails to these people, you're going to be sending emails to network marketers who want to get results on social media. Well, where the heck else are they going to get better instruction on how to do that than with our group and within our team resources? I mean, we cover inviting mastery so in depth, most of you probably never even finished the video. There's so much content in there. You don't need to be an expert at this. You just need to find people who want this data. Or you can use the page like this with your current list. If you're connected to someone on Facebook, you don't necessarily have to have them opt into your email list, but you could. In other words, if they want the data, you might say, well, I need to email it to you. What's your email? And you mind if I add your email so that I can put it on the list and then the data will go out to you? I leave all that up to you. The point I'm trying to get to here with you guys is if we get away from just trying to pitch and, oh, save money on your TV, save money on your TV. You can only post that on your Facebook wall so many times before just people don't even see it anymore. At some point, you got to go out and start making contacts. Well, you need a reason to contact someone, don't you? Why are you contacting me? Well, I saw your post about whatever company. Fill in the company name. I saw your post about the CBD oil. How long have you been in that business? I wanted to ask you about it. Do you think they're going to respond to you if you ask them that? I know that they will. Unless they just never go on Facebook. So I cover the how about how to do it in this video. But this video itself is content of value you can offer to people. So you can just communicate with people. You don't have to be so worried about selling and pitching and closing and convincing a person. Let's just make a whole bunch of contacts. If they go through the information, they're going to have a chance to look at these other things here anyway. Now you have a viewpoint of, is there any way I can help this person? What do they need and want? How's their business going? Are they not getting leads? Do you understand, like if you've never done this before and this is your first day, if you're just using the list building service, you're getting 100 leads per day. Now all of a sudden you've got a whole new avenue of promotion. How I get 100 network marketing leads every single day, spending 0 minutes. Put your email in here to find out how. You see, you use these systems to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. Is that the type of person you want to talk to? Yes, that's exactly the type of person you want to talk to. A person who wants to know how to get 100 leads per day with 0 minutes spent. These are not pages I have created. I'm just giving you concepts that you can turn into reality here. You know how easy it is to make pages in here, guys? Like when you go to the websites page here, at the top, it says click here for more choices. So there's all these pages you can copy, but it says click here for more choices at the top, and it takes you to our My Share Codes page. So here's all the capture pages that you have share codes for here. I mean, all you got to do is take the code, plug it into your sharing codes, make a copy, go in and change the text to whatever you want. The pages we use for the streaming TV sales funnel, that's this page. That's where I got this. I took this share code, I plugged it in, I made a copy, I made edits, I added a background, I changed the text. Okay. And when you use this share code, it will give you an email-only version, a name and email version, and a name, email, and phone version. So you have 3 versions for each share code. The point I'm trying to get to here is you can put up a lead capture page for whatever you want, whenever you want. And if you're using GetResponse, it's easy to integrate. The only tricky part is if you want to collect phone numbers on your form, you have to create a web form in GetResponse and use the embed code. Well, I show you how to do that in stage 2. It's the very last video. Okay. How to create a web form and embed in Power Lead System page. I show you how to make the web form. It looks exactly like the form that's already built into the page. So let me just recap and let me just simplify. Why is it that a person who just started in this business, who's never done anything like this before, once they've been through their 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 warm market people, why is it they don't go out there and contact 100 or 200 people a day? What is it? If you're watching this right now and you're not doing that, why are you not doing that? Like, what are you waiting for? Or is this like a hobby? I don't. It's very difficult for me to relate to someone not attacking their own business, the one thing is going to drastically change their life and set them free from ever having to work a job again. The idea that someone would just like wait around for something to happen and not be out there aggressively contacting people is so strange to me. I just cannot think with it. So why is it that people don't do it? Well, I found they don't know what to say or do. They're nervous. They feel like, and they're nervous because they don't know what to say or do. They feel like they're pitching people on something because they're operating only in their own self-interest. They're trying to make money for themselves and instead of trying to actually see what people need and want and try to help them. I'm never, when I'm promoting, whether it's an email or something on Facebook or I'm contacting people, I'm never doing it from the perspective of me making money. I'm always, always, always trying to see what I can do to help other people make money. And I don't have to be an expert to do that. As a matter of fact, all I have to have is a willingness to lead people. You know, we have a great program, and it could be so awesome if you just were willing to make the decision and play the game. You could drastically change your life in the next 3 to 6 months. If that's all you have is that, some people will follow you. And when some people are following you, well, now you're a leader, and now you have a group, and now you're building your business. And you could say, oh, here's how I build my business. What does it take to build a business? Here, I'm going to show you what it takes. You ready? I mean, it's like there's just nothing to it. So if we want to make this easier, if we want to make it so you don't have to pitch and you don't have to worry about, I'm out here to make money for me. I need to get paid. You need to buy my stuff so I can get paid. No one's going to do business with you that way. If we can make it, hey, how's your business going? What troubles are you having? What successful actions are you having? What have you found to be, the most effective thing promotion-wise that you've been doing? Why are you asking me? So I'm just curious. I saw you were in the business and just wanted to find out about it. You don't mind me being interested? You know what you find? 9 out of 10 of them aren't doing a damn thing. They don't know what to do. Oh, I get it. You're new. Not a whole lot happening. Hey, you got to start somewhere. Hey, I don't know if you're open to this or not, but there's this really great tutorial I just watched about how to get results, like exactly how to approach prospecting on Facebook. It's a free tutorial. Would you like to study it? Would you like to see it? If they say, no, I don't want to see it, well, like what? I mean, why bother spending another second with them? I mean, what is their awareness level if they're not getting any results and they're not promoting at all and they don't want to know how to do it correctly? What are you going to do with them? Nothing. They've disqualified themselves. You see how simple this is. Well, is it possible you could promote without ever pitching your business? Yes. That's how it works on social media. Establish communication. Find out what they need and want and give them a solution. This is one solution. And the data in here, anybody in any company can apply and they can build that company. And if they want more like that, they have to reach out to you. And if they're curious about, OMG, I can get 100 leads per day doing nothing, they click the button and then you make money on that if you're part of that program. If they're like, OMG, I'd like to save $100 a month on my cable. You have streaming? Oh, okay. Well, then you make money on that. What'd you do? You gave them a solution to a problem that they have. What's their problem? They don't know how to promote. So now all of a sudden you're an expert. You didn't teach them a darn thing. Think about this, guys. What's the biggest website in the world? Google. What content does Google show you that Google created when you search for stuff? When you're on YouTube and you're watching videos, which of those videos were created by YouTube? Unless you're watching a tutorial that YouTube has given you about how to set up YouTube ads, It literally is zero. They don't produce any content. They're just showing you where the content is. These are the two biggest websites in the world. Why do people perceive so much value in these two websites? Because they show you the answer to what you need and want. So what are you looking for? Do you know who you're looking for? You're looking for people who want to build a home business. Well, guys, network and affiliate marketers, they're already on that team. They're already playing that game. You don't have to convince them that working a job sucks. You don't have to deal with the brainwashing. All you got to do is reach out and ask them about their business. You realize you could reach out and contact 100 people and never mention your offer one time? And you could get 80 people in communication with you just by asking them about your business? What happens if you did that every day for 6 to 8 months? How many contacts would you have? So I haven't quite worked out how I'm going to incorporate this into the value proposition of what it is that we do. But you'll see within the team training site, I'll have to put a new tab or something for value-based content that you can use. And then, of course, this video will be there to explain to people how to use this stuff. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to sell. You don't have to convince. You don't have to persuade. What do you have to do? There's 7 steps. You have to contact people, get in communication with them, find out what they need and want, and give them that. That's a longer way of saying qualify them. I mean, I don't have to blather on and on about my offer. That's correct. I don't ever do that. It's not like there's some universal law where you can't mention your business. I just don't do it. I'm more interested in qualifying them, see what they want and need. At some point, I see, well, they don't qualify. I mean, they're not doing anything to promote. They say they're in business. They've sold nothing, brought no one in. And I'm letting them know that there's a solution where they have the correct data. If they apply the correct data, they get results. And they don't want to look at it. They don't qualify. I'm done. You see how simple this is? If they don't want to communicate with me, they don't qualify. I'm done. I can't. They're never going to build a business if they're not willing to communicate. And if you're finding them posting stuff, promoting the business, and you ask them about their business and they won't respond to you, is it any wonder why they're not making any money? And I tell them that. I go, I sent you this message 6 days ago. You haven't responded. I see that you're promoting a business, and I got to say, in 20 plus years of doing this, I never met anybody who was unwilling to communicate who ever built anything worthwhile. Have you dropped out of the business? Do you not want to talk about it? How about filling me in, huh? Because what am I doing? I'm just trying to get in communication with them. Maybe they respond and go, oh, I'm not doing that business anymore. And then I go, oh, with 6 exclamation points across the end of it. I got it. Totally got it. Well, I am just curious, what happened? What am I doing? I'm just getting them communicating with me. Oh, you mean you don't jump in and say, oh, great, since you're not doing that business anymore, do my business. Why? Why would they do that? They've just told you they weren't successful. Why don't we find out what the problem is, and let's see if we can at least get them to the point where they realize something can be done to handle that problem. I hope this is making sense to you guys. Because like the value proposition we bring you guys from a resources standpoint, from a coaching standpoint, really is, I mean, it's ridiculous. If the service or the company that you connected with me through were $500 a month, you would still be getting the better end of the deal if all you got were the resources and the tutorials and the instruction that I'm giving you. The hang-up will always be in application, not in having correct data. And we're making it easier and easier and easier for you to be able to get out there and contact people. why would there be any breaks at all on you reaching out and contacting 100 or 200 people a day? It doesn't make any sense. If you reach out and contact 100 people a day, you never pitched anyone anything and never communicated anything that would put them off, you'd end up with so many people in comm with you, connected to you, seeing your posts, seeing your webinar invites, interacting and commenting and so forth. Your biggest problem would be you can't return all the emails and phone calls. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. I think what I'll do is I'll put this video in the team training site, and then I'll post it in the Facebook group, and somehow or other I got to get it out and communicate to you how to use it, and I'll have to put some instructions. You'll see a share code. I'm sorry, let me back up. Within the same share code, if you look at stage 2, within the same share code in stage 2 here, in the team training site, and guys, I don't mind, sometimes I listen to myself and I sound kind of irritated, but what happens is, like, some people, it's like they ask me the same question 15 times and I keep answering it, and they just refuse to do what I'm telling them to do. Like simple things like, hey, you might want to just, I don't know, register for the team training resources. I mean, you only been here 2 months, you know. This is the 6th time you've asked me the same question, and every time I've told you it's in stage 2 of the team training resources. How about, have you registered? No, I haven't registered. It's like, ay, can I help you or not? You know? Because it's just not that complicated. But this is where the instructions are on how to set up this sales funnel. And the share code to use within Power Lead System is here. So if you want to use a page like that, not like that, like this, you can. But if you just want to use the YouTube video, I'll put a link right to the video, and you can put it on whatever page you want to put it on. So this will be available for anyone who's on my team, and anyone who's on your team, and anyone who's on your team, because they'll be able to access it through the team training resources. Now, at one point, what I'd like to do is I'd like to create a site where people can register for value-based content for network marketing promotion. They can register, and then you'll have like a lead capture page where you can capture their identity to communicate with them as a subscriber, and then they'll have to register on the next page so they can get access to promote the same thing. You see, in other words, they'll opt in to get the tutorial, but then if they want to be able to promote the same tutorials, these unbranded how-to tutorials, then they'll have to register, you see. And so from there, it's like a whole nother level of engagement, because we're providing all this value. We're providing not only the education, but we're providing the resources they themselves can use to promote. So hopefully this is all making sense. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, leave a comment, or whatever. All right, guys, we'll talk real soon. Bye.